is going to start sounding like a London taxi driver. You'll never guess who I had in the back of my hide today. In fact, he has two guests along for a ride in the hide: Clay Sports Supremo Mark Range Rover Windsor and the father of a young Clay Sports Supremo, Dave, who's the Brody Woollard. The abuse starts early.
He did turn up in his shell suit.
Shots. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That coaching's definitely working.
It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Thanks,
Left and a right, that, no problem.
It's good to see that he's taking all the coaching I've given him on board.
That was one thing I didn't want to say on camera, that I've seen him closing both eyes.
Watching him running down there, he runs like a girl, doesn't he? Have you seen it?
Socks up, doesn't he, when he
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait till you see Mr. Woolard's teeth, they're white.
he's saying I'm fat.
Bit high for you, that one.
He's had his teeth whitened and he's had a spray tan.
Yeah, I could give him a few tips on a tan.
We're not sure who's teaching who what, or if at all, or whether any of them has had a spray tan or teeth whitened. To the Pigeons, Crow had a feeling the recently harvested rape crop would deliver some sport, so pushed the button on Mark and Dave coming down south. It was helped by Crow seeing really strong pigeon numbers.
There's a lot of pigeons about. I've probably got several thousand just on my little farm here. Being on the rape side was a good way of getting hold of them and dropping them and picking them before they get onto the peas. Well, the peas is just the other side of the hedge, so yeah, it's working well, but they've been targeting everything.
Mark was keen to take Andy up on the offer, as he hasn't had a day on the non-clay variety of pigeons for 2 years.
I just haven't had the time. I know you can make time for pigeon shooting, but it's a bit hard at weekends, you know, competition season at the minute, it's a bit difficult. But fortunately this Saturday landed on a day that I'm not busy, so.
Mark has had a great year, but what was the highlight?
Shooting this pigeon.
Oh man, look at that.
Watch your heads. That'd be the highlight of the year, I think.
Yeah, I tell you. I said the highlight before you shot it. Oh man.
I didn't want to miss that.
No, I bet you didn't.
No, obviously the highlight of the year, of course, has got to be the Stratton winning the Range Rover. I mean, I've had a fantastic year. There's been 7 or 8 moments, special moments, but the Stratton is just in a class of its own, you know. So that's definitely the highlight of the year. Now after that shot, the birds wasn't as high as that either.
And the highlight of the highlight?
It has to be the heated massage seats. Got to be. I think I've only used the car a few times, keeping it new, but I've definitely worn out the massage seats so far, and Rachel has as well, to be fair.
No, I haven't. What, a Rachel or a massage seat?
You don't want a Rachel, she's hard work.
I bet she is. I bet she's expensive.
She's not, no. She's
No,
a
she's
good girl.
not.
She's not, she's alright, yeah.
Is she?
When she behaves herself, she's alright.
Yeah.
Dangerous territory. Moving on quickly, let's talk pigeons. It's obvious from Mark's custom engraved creek off that he's a sporting man. So does shooting the woodies disrupt his season?
There are people out there that use different methods for game shooting. I use the same method for everything, really. So I think if you perfect one, it'll work well for everything. Unlike Andy, he's still trying to perfect his at the minute. We're working on it though, mate, aren't we? We are, yeah. We're not quite there yet, but I think a couple of days we'll be right.
Mark is very like Mr. Digweed in that respect. It's not unheard of for people to think that they should shoot different quarry in different ways, but it shouldn't make any difference. Andy has given Mark a good spot on the corner of the rape field with a pea crop behind. The birds are coming from all directions and different heights. We film some of them in slow-mo, but this bird is so high it takes 50 seconds from strike to hitting the deck, so we've speeded it up. Mark is a sponsored game bore shot and is using a mixture of black gold and dark storm cartridges for today's shooting.
Some 32 gram 6 dark storms, and I've got some 35 gram 5 black golds. So a bit of a mixture really. No real reason for the mixture, just the fact that they're black gold, and I like to test a few different ones here and there. I've also got some home loads as well that are all game bore components.
What do you shoot competitively anyway?
Competitively, what my clay loads.
Yeah.
I use the 28 gram black gold 8s and 7.5s, and some dark storm 6.5s. Just for different ranges, you know. When you have different ranges, you need a different size pellet for, you know, an 8 for a close range, 7.5 for an intermediate range, and a 6.5 for a. and I'd use a 6.5 or something, a little bit rangy, a little bit of a heavier pellet just to break them targets a bit better. But anything belly on, I mean, through my parkours, my Krieghoff parkours, it's 3/4 and full choke, so anything belly on up to 50, 60 yard, I'll be running a 28 gram 8 through it. So there's no difference really if you use a 7.5 or an 8 within that 30, 40 yards range, it will break the target just the same. But when you get out to these 60, 70 yards, you need to up that pellet size, just for that heavier energy down range. So it's always common sense to have some different loads in your bag.
As we've already touched on, Mark's gun is very personal, with game scenes, a swallow to celebrate the support given to him by his grandfather, and of course his other half, Rachel Carey.
This is my competition gun as well as my hunting gun. I've had it for a couple of years, I think about 2.5 years now. When it first arrived, it was a bit of a toy to me because I was shooting my Super Sport, which is basically the same gun but with a different setup in terms of barrel and stock. And then I got it out the cupboard one day, decided to take it to the English Open, which was at Southdown. Hit the nail on the head with it really, because I shot a 98 and won the 98 out of 100 and won the English Open. I think it's probably the best Krieghoff I've shot, and I've had 4 of them. Obviously this is my 4th one, and it will probably be the one that stays with me for the rest of my career really, as long as it lasts, as long as I don't wear it out. Love my hunting, so it's got a wild boar on the side, and obviously my lovely lady on the bottom. So it's a very personal gun to me really. Very personal gun. It has its days, I tell it off, I usually blame Rachel on the bottom when it goes wrong.
And he suggests he lets Mark crack on and shifts to try and intercept the pigeons homing in on the peas from a different direction. It's an excuse for him to cover the hide using his new personalised 18-inch Gerber Machete, courtesy of UKShootWarehouse.
I'm not one of these people that brags about their chopper, but that is one hell of a chopper. Kelda, UKShootWarehouse now doing Gerber stuff, and she sent me this machete for hide making. She's kindly had my name put on it, which is nice. But I'll tell you, she sent me a gutting knife as well, and that's like a razor. It really is. It's good stuff. Gerber stuff is good stuff anyway, but yeah, it's nice. That's what I cut these hide bits with. But no, it's just a job. Only thing you've got to watch is don't chop your leg off.
There's a strong possibility that large swathes of woodland could now be under threat, plus the threat of him doing himself a mischief, waving that great length under other people's noses, could have had Mark's eye out. Crow doesn't stick it here for long. Instead, the host with the most drives up to check on Dave Woollard, father of promising young shot Brodie, who is on a cruise. Dave's previous pigeon shooting best was 88 birds. When we rock up, his clicker suggests he's doing rather better than that.
I've got the boy coming down. He ain't going to be happy that you've shot most of his pigeons.
No, we're fuming then when he knew that I was coming. But
yeah.
He's out on his cruise somewhere.
Well, that's right. Well, 10 you got, mate.
I know. Sure. Looks like I've been at sea for a week.
It does. Yeah, it does. Quite. It's some tan.
He left me with no water or nothing.
Oh right, yeah. I tell you what, you make Mark look white, and he's had a spray tan.
Brodie may have missed out on this opportunity, but Crow is taking him under his wing during the school holidays for a bit of sport.
Yeah, Brodie's going to come down and stay for a week, and going to come out rabbiting, and the deer will be in season then, so hopefully, well, deer permitting, he might even get himself a deer. So don't put that out, because otherwise he'll expect to get one cut.
As Crow packs up, the boys are still banging away. Dave finishes on about 150 and Mark gets over 200, with Crow landing about 40.
Empty, you see. And he got 1 kill for 25.
I enjoy taking people like that out, like David and Mark, that they do appreciate it. Mark hasn't been, like he said earlier, he hasn't been for about 2 years now, so it showed when he started off he was a bit rusty. He got the first one and got all excited, and he's down there still banging away. Yeah, he got all excited and had a few misses, but I put him straight in the end. Dave, the best day he's ever had is 80, so my ambition was today to get him over 100. So I don't know how many Mark's got. He's been shooting really well, so he must be close on 200, I think, if not more. Myself, but I don't know, 40, 45. But I haven't really taken it that serious today. My ambition was, like I say, to get these old boys a good day, sir, and they've got it, so.
It's hard to believe that this is the first time Andy and Mark have actually met, and Andy's only known Dave for a few months. But they have now had a day's sport together that they will talk about for years to come, and Brodie and Rachel will be really cheesed off.